And well, in a victory of sorts, the Delhi University has agreed to scrap its controversial four-year undergraduate program. This issue had propelled fierce protests by students and teachers and restore the three-year pattern. Admissions to Delhi colleges are likely to start after the university's capitulation. Well, in fact, a major protests had broken out in Delhi University, but now bringing relief to those students and teachers who had been asking for a rollback of the four-year program will now be happy, as the four-year undergraduate course has been scrapped by the Delhi University. Already admissions had been delayed a great extent due to the protests and the confusion, and now the admissions will begin soon. My colleague Nolan joins us with more details on this. Well, Nolan, what more can you tell us?
Well, in fact, it's good news for the students over there, because more than 60 colleges have put their admissions on hold because of this. And now the UGC has stated that Delhi University colleges or colleges affiliated to Delhi University will start admissions on the three-year format. Now, again, we must remember that the university had yesterday suggested a plan to retain the four-year undergraduate program, the FYUP. They call it tweaks. It proposed basically a three-year system by reducing the foundation courses that students have to take in the first 2 years and an optional fourth year for research. But the University Grants Commission ruled it out in a letter late last night, its second in 2 days, and said that it wanted a complete rollback of the FYUP. Now, we must remember then there's another problem, because nearly 3 lakh students beginning college this year had waited for such a long time, and 60,000 students admitted last year under the FYUP will now have to be shifted to the three-year format. But as of now, it looks like it's going to be 3 years. But again, teachers and students say the move to the four-year pattern was rash and failed to factor in the university's lack of resources.
Right, absolutely. And also there has been quite a bit of a delay already in the admission process, considering the kind of confusion that prevailed. Now, when can we expect the admissions to begin and things to fall in place, Nolan?
Well, considering that the UGC has stated that it has to be the three-year format and Delhi University has agreed to it, we're told that admission should begin immediately, because, again, there are 60 colleges in Delhi. They have all put their admissions on hold. But now, with all this over, with the protests actually working out and UGC having its say, we're told that admission should start ASAP.
Right, and also what about those students who've already enrolled in the four-year course, Nolan?
60,000 students, that's the number we're getting. The UGC is now planning on working on a plan to shift all these 60,000 students admitted last year under the four-year program to the three-year format. They have not stated how they will go about it, because again, we must remember that since it was the four-year format, they were working in a very different way. Things that in the three-year format you would have learned in the first year, they have not yet done so, because they have something called the foundation. So the UGC has now come out with a plan. How will it be? To extra classes, or will they have to take up extra exams? No information regarding that. But as of now, they're working on a scheme how to actually manage those 60,000 students.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Nolan. Well, there we have it finally, the air clearing on the Delhi admission process, as for days the university had held out against orders to cancel the unpopular four-year program it introduced last year, despite strong objections. But now the Delhi University has said that it will begin admitting students soon on a three-year format and not the controversial FYUP, which had propelled fierce protests by students and teachers. The University Grants Commission, or the UGC, the central funding agency that coordinates college education policies, had said that the four-year course went against the format followed in the rest of India, and the Delhi University should admit new students only on a three-year system. Well, have you ever tried to report an auto driver for charging extra fare? Have you ever been physically abused and harassed for doing so? One girl went through this horrific ordeal when she tried reporting an auto driver demanding extra fare, and the incident has left her in a state of shock.
June 24th, 9:30 p.m., Nanjappa Circle, Langpur town. A girl goes through a harrowing experience with an auto driver after she refuses to pay an extra amount asked by him. What exactly happened that night? To find all that out, I'm standing in the exact same spot the girl went through that ordeal, and with the same person. Now, for security purposes, we're calling her Devi and changed her name. I have with me Devi herself. Devi, we always know that Bengaluru has become unsafe for women, but take us through what happened that night and how you were shocked and petrified with the attitude and behavior of the auto driver.
Right, so at around 9:30, I left my house with my friends to take an auto from here to Garuda Mall. Now, from here to Garuda Mall, it's about 2 kilometers away, and the auto driver asked me for 150 rupees. Of course, I refused to pay him, and like I usually do, I took down his number using a photograph and intended to give that number to police officers later. He saw me taking the number down, and that's when a flip switched in his mind. He started threatening me. While I was turning to walk away, he started following me, grabbing my arm, grabbing my shoulder, forcing me to delete that photo off of my phone. He was scared that I would report it to the traffic police, and so he got extremely aggressive with me. When I tried to take an auto out of there, he got into the same auto, threatened to the auto driver, in case he drove, and started taking photographs of me. He took about 15 photographs of me and told me that now he knows what I look like. After that, all of this lasted for 15 minutes, and around 15 people were around looking at this and doing nothing. After a while, an auto union rep came, and he held that man down until we could walk a little farther and take another auto from there. Thereafter, I called up the police number 100, and they asked me to report the number to the traffic police of this area. After I did that, the traffic police asked me to file an FIR in the police station, which is the Ashok Nagar police station. When I went there, I was not taken seriously initially. I was told not to file a complaint or an FIR, so that, they threatened me. They told me if I file an FIR, the auto union will come after me. Now it's the duty of the police to ensure that something like this doesn't happen. And we all know as Bangaloreans that autos are not safe for women to take and not safe for anyone to take because of the harassment that passengers have to face. And as a woman in Bangalore, I expected a lot more from this city, especially with all the money and resources that is going into the safety of women, especially during public transportation.
Now, it happened exactly in this spot here. You're seeing this is the Nanjappa Circle, and this is the Langford Town Road. It's a bustling place, 9:30 p.m. There are people walking here. Traffic is plenty of traffic here in this particular street. So there's no dearth of people on this road in this particular time, 9:30 p.m. Anybody staying in Chandinagar would know it's a bustling place. People would have witnessed what happened on this road. Forget about people who are traveling on the road. Let's find out if this particular, there are a lot of shops over here. There's one medical shop here. Was the medical shop open?
I doubt the medical shop was open, but I'm pretty sure these two shops were open right behind
So the
you.
medical shop here was closed, but these two shops were open. Let's find out from these two people if they saw anything that night. Sir, ಎರಡು ದಿವಸ ಹಿಂದೆ 24 ಜೂನ್ 9:30 9:30 ರಾತ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಆಟೋ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಚಡಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಆ ದಿವಸ?
ಅದೇನೋ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವಳು ಅದೇನೋ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 150 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆಯ. ಆ 150 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆಟೋ ನಂಬರ್ದ ನಂಬರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫೋಟೋದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇನಪ್ಪ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆಯ್ತಿತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟೋಗೆ.
ಆ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಈ ಆಟೋ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಫೋಟೋ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಮುಟ್ಟಿ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ?
ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಸರ್. ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಆಟೋಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಆವಾಗ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ರು, ಇವರು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, ಅವ್ರ ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಇವ್ರ ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರ?
ಹುಡುಗಿ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು.
ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರು ಇದ್ರ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಜನರು ಇದ್ರು, ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಇದ್ರು.
ಯಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ? ನೀವೇನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ?
ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಇತ್ತು ಹೊಂಟೆ ನಾವು.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಹಿಂಗ್ ರೋಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಟೋ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಈ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಬರಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೋಪ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೊಂಟೋದು ನಾವು.
So as you can see, this man clearly narrates the incident of how Devi narrated to us, and he says the same things Devi is saying, but yet he says, I had some other work, I could not help. He also said there are people around this place, and still nobody made an effort to go and stop the auto driver or question him about how he can touch a girl simply because she took a photograph of his number plate in the auto. In fact, there are places where the police have mentioned, or every auto driver would write that you have to report any auto driver asking for extra fare, and that's what this girl did. She followed what the law says, and the law is not helping her anymore. Let's find out from some more people who watched this incident as to what they actually saw.
They got down from the auto and he was harassing him. When he tried to take a photograph and all, the whole group gathered and they were threatening him. In fact, they have to run, I think so.
Okay, they were running?
Yeah, they were running, because they are new. They are not from here. So till I got down from the bike, they had moved out from here, actually. They had moved out from here.
What did the auto driver do? Did he touch the girl?
Huh?
Did he touch the girl?
Yeah, I think so. He touched the girl.
He took photographs of her?
Yeah.
And nobody around the place did anything to help the girl?
No. In fact, I wanted to do, I was in some emergency which I couldn't do. वो एक regret है, so I felt that let me come and voice it out, let me see who is that auto driver. Let him come to me.
Plenty of people around this incident, this spot, people witnessing this girl being harassed by this auto driver, being touched, being clicked by his phone, and yet no response from the public. And after the incident, even the police mocking this girl, claiming that this girl doesn't know Kannada and making her run around in different rooms just to file a complaint. Even an FIR has not been filed. This is the state of the security for women in Bengaluru, where even passerbys, where even the police are failing to act upon the situations like these. When will Bengaluru wake up? When will the police wake up? When will people be aware that women need to be respected and not harassed in public? Only time can tell. Camera person Raghu, this is Vivek Vinayak for News9, Bengaluru.
Have you, your family or friends been a victim of Gundagiri by Bengaluru's